Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are back. I'm back with wifey tonight, and this big girl, right here, Betty. Um, First of all, just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for we just surpassed 500 subs, which is pretty awesome. Really appreciate the support, guys. Got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to be covering the interview that Justin, I don't even want to say his name, JT, we'll call him JT, did with CNN there. What a crybaby. What a ridiculous interview that was. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover why I think all of this stuff that's going on right now is just organized chaos, guys. That's what it seems like to me, and it is what it is. I mean, you can't deny what's going on right now is organized. It's orchestrated. So grab yourselves a little cold tea, buckle up, and let's get into it, guys. Cheers. So this CNN interview, you got Justin sitting here crying. First of all, blaming the LA wildfires on global warming, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous. I've talked to some people from down in the States who have firsthand experience of what's actually going on down there, saying that Gavin Newsom is has the water shut off in all the fire hydrants, talking about how the fires are caused by global warming, and because it's been so hot and so dry, and the temperature's rising so much, and the winds, and it's just a bunch of crazy shit. So at the end of the day, Justin, we don't want to hear you crying. Don't want to hear it. Don't care about your feelings. Ooh. Shut that open wound on your face up. Nobody wants to hear it. It's getting ridiculous. Anyways, we've got the Liberal Party falling apart as we speak. JT's mistress, Melanie Joly, drops out of the race, as well as Dominic LeBon. Liberals are backstepping on the allowance of international students and non-permanent residents as young as 14 years old to have a sway in who the new Liberal leader could possibly be, to avoid election interference, right? Which I think is an absolutely ridiculous thing in the first place, that any sort of non-resident or international student underage would ever be allowed to have any sort of say in what happens in our politics here in our country, guys. So, excuse me. To me, this is absolute clear destabilization of the West, guys, largely by decline of natural resource production here in Canada. I think Canada has the resources to be one of the richest countries in the world, guys, and because of the people in power, we're just neglecting that right now, and to me it's ridiculous. So we're sending billions of dollars overseas with absolutely nothing to show for it, with this war with Ukraine and Russia. Wifey here is actually Ukrainian.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think the war has been for way too long. It doesn't have to. And it's all not up to Ukrainians right now.
Well, what do you think about countries that first of all can't even fix their own problems, can't even help their own people, sending billions of dollars in aid to other countries while we have this disaster going on in our own country. To me, it's just insanity. But next up, you got massive tax hikes. Like, taxes here in Canada are absolutely ridiculous. And you got another carbon tax hike coming April 1st. Again, April 1st, April Fools. What a joke, right? Then we're talking, you got inflation that Justin wants to talk about. I don't know. He says 2.6%, but in that just doesn't make any sense, guys. In that percentage, like, you're not including housing costs, food costs, and fuel costs. So it's just like he's gaslighting the people, the liberal voters, into thinking that he's doing a good thing for the country, for the world, and for the economy, right? And it's just full of shit. The guy's an absolute Twinkie, right? Like, the things that are coming out of his mouth, to me, are absurd. So, and then second of all, like, why are you on CNN? Why are you on CNN? Like, dude, get out of here. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You're on an American news outlet talking about our problems, but you're also just lying through your teeth about what's going on. It's absolutely ludicrous, guys. Talking about the Canadian economy bouncing back after, what happened in 2020. I don't want to say it, but he's sitting there saying that our economy's bounced back better than the U.S., better than this, better than that. Oh, well, it's just a crock of shit, guys, and I'm fucking sick of it, right? So I see this as orchestrated chaos, plain and simple, man. It's JT and his WEF butt buddies that are literally organizing this the fall of the West by weakening the pillars of society little by little, right? That's kind of how I see it. And I mean, if we were talking about this 5 years ago, everyone would call me a conspiracy theorist. Everyone would call this just a big conspiracy, guys. But I think by now, unless your head's in the goddamn sand, you can't really say that anymore. It's not the truth, right? You got Klaus Schwab. I mean, there's a video online. As much as they've tried to scrub it off the internet, it's there. You can find it. Talking about penetrating political cabinets and how Trudeau and half of his cabinet has just been bent over and penetrated, right? So Jagmeet's right there with him. Freeland's right there with him. The goddamn the governor general, Mary Simon, is right there. They're all buddies. They're all pals. They're all lining each other's pockets with this bullshit and getting rich off of the people, off of what's happening in the world, off of what they're doing to the world, right? It's fucking crazy to me, man. Yeah, maybe like billions of dollars on social programs when our economy's in the fucking dirt, and he's trying to justify it like let's tax the weather, guys. Holy shit. Yeah, because that's going to fix everything, right? Let's tax the weather. Let's push the global warming agenda. It's insanity. It's crazy. And I'm sick of it. I'm sure you're sick of it. A lot of Canadians are sick of it, guys. And not even just Canadians, the whole fucking world, man. I'm speaking for myself, and I'm sure a lot of Canadians feel the same way. I don't want to speak for anyone else here, but I mean, it's clear as day, guys, that there's a lot of evil vibes at play here with what's happening in the world. It's just sad. I'm super thankful that most of us Canadians, most of us real real Canadians are starting to wake up and see what the fuck's actually going on here. And I apologize for all the F-bombs, but you know what? I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it, and it is what it is, guys. So aside from that, we're going to talk about also the homeless crisis in Canada, in Canada, specifically in Ontario, guys. So I spent the afternoon, actually, I spent my whole afternoon going around downtown to some of these encampments and speaking to people that are living this life, right? Homeless people that are living in tents outside in the freezing cold weather. I spoke to a handful of people about this, right? I said, like, how do you guys see what's happening right now? And the answers that I got from majority of the people that I spoke to said that it's being done on purpose, right? What's happening? I was expecting to see, I'll be honest, I was expecting to see a lot more tents downtown in certain spots, right? But from what I've been told from the people that I've talked to this afternoon, what seems to be happening is the city slowly, little by little, is going around to these tent encampments, these parks that are just covered, riddled with tents and garbage and all that. And they're ripping them out, they're removing them, and they're forcing these people into overcrowded shelters, which, you know, again, some of the people that are out there in tents, guys, they're not mentally ill, they're normally not homeless, but they're choosing to be homeless because of the state, the cost of living. They're choosing that, right? So, you know, they told me a month ago there was Taylor Swift was in town doing a row of concerts. First of all, I hate that. I hate that chick. I hate her. Anyways, we'll put that aside for now. But guys, they went around and they ripped out all the homeless encampments around the Rogers Center, because they didn't want everyone coming down, everyone that was traveling for the Taylor Swift concerts or anyone who's coming down for those concerts to see the state of what was actually happening down there, right? It's just very weird. So they came and they ripped out all of the encampments down around the Rogers Center, around the ACC, still the ACC to me, but it's like they're trying to make it look like less of an issue than it is, right? They're trying to sweep it under the rug so that the majority of people think that we don't have the issue that we have, guys. And it's just ridiculous. This is coming from people that are living this life, right? That are seeing what's happening. So I'm going to give you some stats here, and just for some context, this is how bad it is here, guys, right? So the U.S. population right now is between 336 million people and 345 million people, okay? The Canadian population right now is roughly 41.5 million people, right? There are over 80,000 people in Ontario alone who are considered to be homeless right now. Probably around 88,000 is the number that I saw earlier. In Ontario, the Association of Municipalities says the groundbreaking report is believed to be the most accurate picture of province-wide homelessness to date, okay? 80,000+ people in Ontario alone. In the United States, in 2023, these are stats that I just I Googled this afternoon, about 653,000 people were considered to be homeless in the United States, with a population of 336 to 345 million people, right? Canada, with a much lower population. Ontario alone, 80,000 people, right? Plus. So, March 2024, approximately 202 tents across the city tent encampments across the city compared to 82 tent encampments the previous year, the prior year, right? So guys, I mean, the number has more than doubled in a year, which is just insane.
Very sad.
It is sad. It's very sad. And yes, again, a lot of that, I'm sure, is mental health, is drug addiction, so on and so forth, right? Sure, but a lot of those people too, guys, are just regular people that are down on their luck, that are down and out, that are living in an unfortunate situation. So it's really sad what's happening. I had some great conversations with some people today that, you know, I had some people yell at me today. I had some people, you know how it goes, right? I wasn't going there to put a camera in anyone's face or any of that. I was going simply to speak to the people that are living this life and try to gain some information about what's really going on through their eyes, right? So I spent 4 or 5 hours downtown this afternoon at 4 different parks, 4 different areas in the city, and for the most part, it was the same talk everywhere, guys. So over 12,000 people 12,000 plus people on any given night in Toronto are homeless on any given night. There's over 1,400 encampments in Ontario alone last year, right? So to me, this stuff is just anyone who says things aren't bad has their head in the fucking sand, plain and simple. I mean, most of you guys are pretty understanding of what's going on, just based off of my one video that's been blowing up and has tons of comments and tons of interaction on that video. A lot of it's love. A lot of people understand what's going on, but there are the people who have their heads just completely up their ass, right? Just living in their own fairy tale land, living in their own world, almost pretending that this stuff's not happening, and it's sad. So, you know, I am so ready to see this TWINKY get the fuck out of here, get out of the country, and don't ever come back. Let us rebuild our country, okay? How about that? Get the fuck out of here. Take a hike. None of us want you here, okay? None of us. It's very, very clear, okay? What do you not get about that, buddy? Fucking A. I'm a proud Canadian, guys. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to keep it real. And that's how I feel right now. You know? That's how I feel. So, wanted to come on, make a video, a little bit more passionate, a little more energetic, and introduce you to this big girl here. I've had her since she was a little worm. I've raised her since she was a worm in my hand. She's a sweetheart. She's an absolute sweetheart. But just the kind of, I felt it was kind of, you know, comparable to how our boy JT has been over the last 9 years, right? Although I love my girl over here. I love Betty. But we got to get rid of this snake, guys. We got to get this fucking snake out of here. All right? Anyways, that's how I'm feeling, guys. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let's get a conversation going in the comments. And yeah, I appreciate you sticking around for the video. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe for more of this content. Throw me a like. Let's. I also really appreciate you guys. I just surpassed 500. We're just over a week old on the channel, guys, and I really, really, really love the support. Okay, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. The amount of love I've been getting for just being it real, keeping it real with you guys, speaking my mind. It's been great. It's been really awesome. So I appreciate that. Love you all. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers, guys. Stay warm, stay safe, and have a great evening. Cheers.